Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Today, as against the previous habit, I will not giving you the summary of the previous lecture, because in this lecture we are going to start how to learn and operate the eViews. So what we will be doing in the eViews, we will be trying to operate all the formulas that we have learned up till now. So before any further delay, I would like to start this. First of all, if you click, this is the sign of eViews. If you click on the eViews, it will open. I would like to just this. If such kind of window will open before you, it was just start, and here was some of the help from the technician. So I would like to say that there is a sign of the eViews, and if you look at this, if you can see here, it is the latest eViews version, and if you can see, this is the icon of this. So what you will be doing? You will be doing just double clicking on the eViews, and I will again say you that you should, if you get some software, original software, then it is well and good. But at the same time, if you are unable to get this software, no need to worry about. There are trial version available that can be freely downloaded from the Google. So now it is up to you how you manage this, and ensuring that and taking the assumption that everyone has the eViews. I would like to start here, from here. This will enable you how to complete your research and analysis. So look at here. If you see here, this is the eViews, and if I click here, this will open like this. So first of all, what you have to do is, this is file, and you will go the new. As you will go up to the option new, there will be a work file. When there will be a work file and it will open, look at the here are some of the options. The first built-in, or you can say the by default that appears, that is the dated regular frequency. What this means, the software is asking from you that which data you are going to use for your analysis, whether it is on the continuous basis. What this means, that the frequency is at constant interval. For example, it is monthly data, it is annually data, it is quarterly data, it is hourly data. So if you have the data and you think that your frequency is constant at regular interval, you should click this one. And if you think that no, you have data that is unstructured. Unstructured means that you have only number of observations, you have nothing to do with the time. Whether it is quarterly, not, you are need not to worry about it. You will give the option unstructured. I am going back to the previous built-in option, that when it is here, look at here. It is giving some other kind of window it is showing. But if you look at this, immediately when I said that I have unstructured and undated, what this means, no, I know there is regular interval of data, there are only observation. Look at the smartness of this eViews. It has just asked me that what is the number of observation. I am not going to provide the number of observation to write here, but I would like to give you that here is another option, balanced data, balanced panel. What this means, you are aware of the panel data now. What this means, that the number of years is equal for all your objective, because in panel data you have different objective and you have number of year. Sometimes it happens that for some firm A you have data for 10 year, for firm B you have data for 15 year, and firm C, that are now your object, the firm C you have 20 year data. So now the data time is not equal. So this is called unbalanced panel. If this is the situation, then there is different, but you will be most of the time confront with the balanced data. So if you say that this is the balanced panel, it will immediately change the window. So I would like to start from the first one. This is that we will say that we have the data and it is on a regular frequency basis. What is it is on the regular frequency basis? The data I have brought today with me to just run operation on this is annually data. So I have said it is on regular frequency, so I will say that this is annual data. And if you look at here, when you have given the task that this is the regular data, it itself is asking you many of the options. From if you say, see that it is the multi-year, after 4 year, 5 year, that you have data of 5 year, after 5 year, after 5 year. Multi-year data, annual data that we have today, for example, from 1990 to 91, 92 up to the latest year. Semi-annual on 6 month basis. In some of the farms the data is available. Different kind of data. In some cases data is even available on hourly basis. So if you scroll down, this is the semi-annual on 6 month, quarterly on 3 month, monthly on monthly basis. It means for 1 year you will have 12 observation, because you know there are 12 months. Bi-monthly, after 15 days, fortnight, and this is again the 15th fortnight, means the 15th after 15 days, 10 days, weekly, daily, 5 day a week, where nowadays you know in Pakistan there is also 5 day work, and there are 2 holidays, particularly in the federally governed institutes. But most of the time in advanced countries there is a week of 5 days and there are 2 holidays. So it is up to you, but in some of the cases, look at the labor, our labor works on each day in this week, so that if data is on in such situation, it is on 7 day. This is daily, custom, intraday, any proportion of day, and integer date, even it is on second, 1 second, 2 second, 1 minute, 1 minute, after 1 minute, and after 1 minute. And if you look at the behavior, if you go to the shop of a money changer, when you start that you need money, you need dollar, while talking you, he will be looking on the screen, because every second the rates of the currency are fluctuating. So if this is kind of data, it is intraday. So as I told that I have the annual data, I have given this. So I am going through the first data. First you will have to fulfill this window. If you are unable to give the correct commands here, then it will be difficult for you. Now look at this. The data is, it is asking that for how, what is the starting date of your years. I would say that it is 1990, because I have the data from 1990 to up to 2012. Now if I say the okay, these are the optional, I think these are at this stage irrelevant to you, because if you look at there, it is showing that it is optional. So we are, as we are a beginner in this eViews, so we will not go this. If we will run after this, we will be losing the core objective. If I run the OK, now it has remembered the command. What was? It knows that our data is on regular basis. It has the memory that data is on annually basis, and it also knows, if you look at there, it is showing the range of the data is 1990 to 1212, and there are 23 observation. And as our sample and range is the same, sometimes from the data we restrict views that rather than the whole year, we are interested in 15 year. So if we can do this, it will be showing that our sample is different. Come to here, this is the C. This is by default. Now this is a window of C and residue means residual, error term or whatever you say. Now all your variable will be displayed here. You will bring the data from somewhere. The name you will give to your variable, they will be portrayed here alphabetically. So as it will be displayed here alphabetically, then we will see. Now what is this? This is the first procedure. I would like to just repeat this. File, and rather than going further, I would like to say that you should save this first, because you will be doing this now, because if it is suddenly there is power shut off or such kind of thing, it saves the same in the same method as it saves your Word file and Excel file, avoiding any of the complicated, as it is I am in a very, you can say, the restricted atmosphere, and there are many machines working I am working with the help of machines. So I will like to cancel this, and I will just show you that you should save this. And how to save this? Go File and Save. And as you will save, it will ask you the same meanings, the name, the location, whatsoever. So I suppose that you have saved the data by your name, by your required name, whatsoever, it is up to you. Now we want to bring data here. Keep in mind, there are many methods to do the same thing. For example, I would like to give you, for example, if you want to copy something, for example, this is, I right click this, and this is the copy. And if I want to do it with the keyboard, I will press Control and C. The similar, you can say, the operation will be carried out. So I would like to give you only one way. There are many other ways to do the same thing. So if you have you think that you are the expert and you have become now comfortable with the, you can say, the performance of yourself, then you can choose any of the way. So this is now, what is my purpose? My purpose is to bring data here. I will tell you the simplest way to bring data into the eViews at this stage. So what I will be doing this, that I first tell you that my data file name is data, and it is the Excel sheet, and I would like to import it from this. I would like this file. If you go there, you can see there, this is the import, and I would like that import file. When I have asked the import file, it has started browsing itself. As I told you just a minute before, that the my data file is on the desktop. I will click desktop, and I will see, as it starts with D, I would be searching it by D. So if you look at this, this is the data. So I will double click this. Now it is its function. I will click next. I will again click next, and now I will finish. And if I say, look at this. Now here you can see it has brought all the data from Excel. Look at the smartness, and look at the, you can say, the advancements of the technologies and the software. Rather than going there, copying, opening file here, copy here, this, giving the name to the variable, this was a very, very gigantic and time consuming. What we did, we just gave the command to bring the data again here. I would like to repeat this, and to repeat this I will have to delete all of the variable from here. So what is this? You click on one and you scroll down by your this one keyboard, and you say that you should delete this. And as you delete, now it will ask you whether you are interested to delete one or the all. You should say yes. Now it is much smarter than you. It is saying that C and residual are by default. You can't delete this. We are agree with this, that definitely you can preserve this. So how to import data? I am going back, File, Import, import file, you can import from any of the location, but I have, for simplicity, put my file that has the name of data, and I have put it on the desktop. So I would like to click here desktop, and as I told you that the name of the file is data, I will be searching it by pressing D from this keyboard. So I reached there. Now I will double click this. This is the data. Now this is its function. We can manipulate here some of the things, but we are not interested in this. And if I can see that the data is from 1980 to 2012. So what we gave, it means we gave not the true command here. So first I would like to give you that how to import this, and then we will go back and we will make the correction into our data. This is next, and this is also next, and now you will finish. Whatever it asks, you will say no. Look at the screen, all the variables are there. So what I am going to do, as I said that the data is from 1980 to 2012, so we have to go for this. So first of all, you will discard this window from here. It will ask that whether you want to save this file. You will say no, because we are not interested. Go again there, file, open new file. It will become work file. Just opening this, just to show you, if you write new here, N-E-W, new here, and enter, you will see it is another way to show the file. But to avoid any confusing and complication, I would go to like in the previous way, but after some time, I am sure you will be in a position to do all this. So what we did, we will open new file, that is the new work file. And what is this? Again, I have a data on the frequency basis equal interval, and now you know the date is from 1980 to 2012. I will get the command OK. Now you can see here, now it is sample, and our range is the same. It is 33 observation. So look at there, these are by default C and residual. So what you will be doing, you will be importing data again, import file, and you know this is now at desktop, and click D to support the data. So this is there, and now you can see here from 1980, and we look at here, it means we have chosen now the right range. Next, and finish. Now come to the variable side. Now the first step is at what stage you have reached. You have reached in a position that your whole data from the Excel sheet is automatically into the here, and these are the name of the variable. These are not the names of those variable that you see that it has made with its own mind, but these are the name that have given that I have given at the top of each of the variable in the Excel column. So first I would like to tell you how to rename the variable. I think first of all, if you want to change the name of any of the variable, right click here. For example, this is the age. Let me introduce some of the variable. Age, education, this is the expenditure, HHS mean household survey, and this is income. Keep in mind, I deliberately brought a hypothetical data. It is not from the real world. My purpose is just to run the regression and interpret the result, particularly when the results are against the theory, not according to the theory, and then I will be telling you that when it is according to the theory, what the theory says and what is this. So how would you like to name? For example, this is the age. I say you want to rename it with other name. So look at here, right click. If you come here, this is the rename. And if you will say, now this is the age, and it is asking either you can write from here, and it is asking that display name for labeling labels and graph. So I am just, for example, I say that I want age 1. I will say OK. Look at here, it has immediately changed the name age 1. Once I would like give another example. If this is income, I am not interested, that this is not a good name. I want to do it, for example, income 1. Why I am interested? Because I am going back to the same name, and it will be very, you can say income 11. You click and you can look at here, this is income 11. So this was how to change the name of a variable. You can change, sometimes you will come similar names. So as you will come similar name, it automatically gives some other name to that series. So at that time you will be interested in changing the name of the variable. So I would like to, again, my previous name, this is, I would like to rename. I would delete this one from here. This is OK. And this is income. I would like to rename it, and I am just going to delete the 11. So this is OK. This is the situation. This was the renaming of the name. Now our operation starts. The first of all is we want to see the values of the variable. For example, if I see that what are the values of variable, I will double click age, and now it has shown you each and everything about this. So what this means, it have just started from, some of the values are missing from the data, so it have done this automatically. So if you want to see the in other ways to look at this, and you can see that the open, again it will open. So what we will be doing here now, first is to see the graph of a variable, because it gives you a general picture. And I remember that we studied that first of all immediately we would like to see the graph. If you double click this, if you go to the quick here, and this is the series statistics, this is the group, and I think this is the not the situation. Yes, there is option for the graph. This is graph. This is how you will be going. Go to the quick, go to the graph, and it is asking which variable you want to make the graph. For example, I say the age. I say OK. Now there are many kinds of graphs. If you look at this, line and symbol, bar graph, spike, and many other things. For example, if here you can change some of the dimensions of this. So what I will be say, I say OK, I need this. Look at this. Here are some of the missing value from the data. So this is the situation. You can make the graph of any of the variable. So what this means, now I would like to make graph of, if you want, look at this. I would not like to tell you at this stage. So what this means, this will delete, yes, only this window will delete. If you click here, the whole window will delete. If you clicking on in the small, if I click, this window will go, this graph, and I say yes. Now it is not saved. I will later I will tell you how to save. I am interested in the graph of other. I think you will go to the graph quick, and here is the graph, and now you are interested in making the graph of income. This is income. Okay. Now again it is asking, I am now interested, I need a bar graph this time. So I click OK, look at there. Again values are missing, so there are deliberately some missing of the sum of the values. So this is the bar graph. If you are a bit more, look at this, if you can zoom or whatsoever, plus minus this one, and if you go at graph, this is the graph and this is the similar position. So this is way I will click no, I am not interested to save here. This was the graph of the single variable. If you make the graph of more than one variable, there is also opportunity. So for example, I am interested to make the graph between income and age. Now what will you, if you will press the shift and age, it will select all the variables in between. And if you are interested to select some of the variable, then there is a way, income, and press control now. And now go to the age. Now it will select only those variable, it will not select all the variable. If you are interested to select all the variable, press shift. And if you are interested to into just two of the variable, again quick, and you can see that graph. Now you have selected and it has automatically selected the name here. You need not to write it because now those are selected and that are memory of the eViews. So what you are going to do, you say OK. Again it is asking for the type of the graph. So if you say that you need line and simple graph, OK. Look at this, here is the age, here is the red line age, and age is lying exactly on the same line. Because there is no change in the age as compared to, now the scale is different. The income is in a very large scale from 20,000 and the age cannot be 20,000 years. So the different scale, we will go to some other variable and you will see that some clear scenario will come. If I say I want to just make the other graph, bar graph from there, so I would like to delete this one. Still I am not saving deliberately. Now you are interested to make, we are interested to make some clear graph of this. For example, I want to make the age and I want to make the graph of, I will press the control and this is the, you can say it is better to make the graph between income and this is the expenditure. Now it has selected only two. So what is this? Again, I would like to, it can be open from here. It will also, as an equation or whatsoever, still not worry about this. Select, this is income. It is another way. So I am just giving you some curiosity that you can do even with another style that I am showing you on the eViews. This is not the last and ultimate way. This is the simplest way. So you have selected the income, press control and go to the expenditure. Now it will give a better picture of the graph because the situation is that because income and consumption or the expenditure has almost the similar scale. This is graph, income expenditure, OK. You again line and this graph, OK here. Now you can see that the blue line is for the income and you can see that each and every level income is higher. That should be higher. And the red line is expenditure. Although the difference between the expenditure and consumption is very small, we are not going into the theory. We are just interested in explaining the eViews. So this is the graph. If I say no, I need another kind of graph. So I will delete. Still it is not saving. It is nothing saving into the eViews by now. Because every time when I want to discard, it gives the option save or not, and I agree that I need not to save this because it is learning when there will be some special kind of graph we will be making saving this. So this is graph. I say that we need, okay, and I am interested in the graph of this is, I am interested in pie graph rather than this bar graph. Now look at this very good graph, and this is blue line for income and these red lines for the expenditure. Now I want to save. I say that I need this graph at any time. So if you come here, here is a name. At these icon row, here is a name, and it is just giving its name from its own side, graph 1. So if you like only save this, it will save it as graph 1. But we know that when there will be mixture of many graph on your screen, there will be many graph, then to recognize which graph is important and which is not important, then it will become a bit difficult for this. So I say that this is the income consumption graph, income, and I say the consumption graph. So I say okay. Now it is saying that this is the illegal name. Illegal means this is not taking this the line as okay. I say okay. So I would like to save it in another name. I say income and consumption. Now I have not put the bar in between. Let's see here. Now if you see here, this is income consumption graph here. At this side, this is. So now I delete this one and I say okay. Now it has not asked because it knows that I have saved. And at any time, if I double click this, the graph is there. So it means it keeps the record of your activities, and at any time you are not going to lose any of the some kind of, you can say, the special data. This graph will remain here until you delete it yourself. So if I go to the quick, here is an option that is the generate series. Before going to generate series, I would like to show the correlation between the values, because our first quantitative technique was correlation. Even rather than going to the correlation, there is another measure, that is the simple, that you call that these are the descriptive stats, mean, median, mode about any of the variable. So for example, if I select this age and I go to the quick, look at this, I say, I go to the group stats and I see the descriptive stats and individual sample. Individual I have selected only one variable, individual sample, and it has shown me, it is asking now whether this is for age or other. So I say okay. Now look at this. This is the window of your graph, this one. And this is mean, median, maximum, standard deviation, kurtosis, Jark-Bera, and their definition will definitely. Now you have to interpret this. It is just giving you mean, median, maximum. Look at this, mean of this is age. It means the data we have, the mean age of those people is almost, it is equal to 48. And maximum age, if you see, this is the 67. And minimum age is up to 30. So this is the average is the 40. I again delete. I am not interested to save this. What I am showing you, I will say delete untitled group, because this is still untitled. What I am going to tell you, that first of all we make the graph, because it gives us a clear picture. After this we are interested in the descriptive stats of the variable. So this is, for example, now I am interested in the descriptive stats of the expenditure. So I will like to quick. All your operation comes from the option quick that is on there. There are other ways, but do not just bother about that. Only see that every option will come from here. And I will be talking about all the estimation from these generation series, graphs, empty group, and whatsoever this is. So I will see that I need the group statistic, and I am interested in descriptive stat, and this is individual because there is only one variable. So this is okay. Now this is the descriptive stats of expenditure. The mean of our data is 2375, and whatsoever the situation, all other vary. And the maximum expenditure is 80,000, and the minimum is 2500 and York Barra and so on. Now I am interested to save this. I want, the one way is that you select this all one and you copy this, and you, for example, I copy this from here, I copy, and if you see copy, it will option formatted OK, and if I bring it to here, I have opened the file, that is the Word file, you will paste here. Look at that. Now it is up to you whether you save it there. Now you can give the dates here, you can give that dated, for example it is whatsoever, this is March 19, 2030. So you can save. Now it is just saving as, now it will asking you what will be the name of this, and I am not going into, because you know how to save the file. So I will minimize this, and again I am going towards the eViews. If I say that this was, and I can bring this, just double clicking on this, pressing the mouse here, you can take window here and there. No, I am not interested to save this. It can even save in the Excel. If I will give yes, it will again ask, and as I told you, there are many, you can say sensitive, you can functioning of the machinery around me. So I am deliberately only concentrating on the three files that I have opened. One of the Excel file, the other is the Word file, and the other is, this is the, you can say, the eViews file. So I am coming back to the eViews file. Now you have learned how to find the descriptive stat. Now we are interested in the correlation. That was our first. Look at this, select any of the two variable age, for example, and press Control and education. Let me explain there. The first variable you select, it takes it the first variable. It will appear as a first name in your box, and it automatically takes it the first variable. For example, if the education, now it is considering education first, and at the in the window you will be looking that we will be giving the name of education first. Now we are interested in the correlation. Go to quick. Now this is the group statistics, and if you come, that there is a correlation, and if you see, look at this, education is now first, so this is equal to the correlation between the variable. Look at this, education and age. Do not bother about, do not worry about the theory that what is the link. This is totally a hypothetical data. Look at this, if you see that the link between education and education is 100%, one, because it is this column and this showing the link correlation between education series with the education. This is our important. The link between education and age is minus 0.41. The correlation between age and education. So what this means, that the age and educations are negatively correlated. Leave about the theory that what is this nonsense, or if they make this sense. This is minus 0.14. Now you have to remember this, that this is equal to, I would like to copy it there, and I think you will remember that it is 0.14, the correlation between education and the age. Go to the education line, see at the column of age. This is the correlation between this. I am not interested to save this here. Now if you remember, we said that the correlation between x and y is equal to correlation between y and x. So we have to prove it here, because at that time we were only talking about the theoretically. Now we have the opportunity to make the practical. So in the previous, I took the correlation. I found the correlation between education and age, and you remember I selected the education first. So this time I would select the age and I will press the control and I will go to the education. The previous correlation was between education and age. Now I am taking the correlation between age and education. Go to the quick. Go to the group statistics, because now there are two variable. Correlation can only be measured in more than one variable. This is the correlation. Now age is first and education. Look at this, the same values, not a minor change in the, you can see the change in the value of the correlation. So if you look at here, so the first property of the correlation is proved, that it is symmetrical in nature. It is, what does this mean? The correlation of x and y is equal to correlation with y and x. So the other property, if you remember, that the correlation is between -1 and 1. You can see here the correlation is -0.41. So this is the how you find the correlation. I am not saving. If you want to save, you can name this, and it will again ask you in the same way where to go and where not to go. I am not, as you will keep on going, it will ask you the location and you will have to do this. If there is eViews window, it will save it here. So let me check it this, that this is the group statistics, correlation, and okay, and I want to give name, and I give the correlation only for this. Okay, now because look at here, it has saved somewhere. This is the correlation. I now delete this one. It is now, if you go to the correlation, it has not saved this one. I will have to see why it has not saved. View. So we were talking about that the correlation is independent of scale and origin. What this means, that if we add or subtract into the series or multiply it by, there is not change on the value of the R, that is the coefficient of correlation. For your remembrance, if you look at here, I have just changed some of the observation because the missing values were eViews were taking it as minus values, so there was a disturbance. So the latest our range is now, the data file comprises from 1983 to 2010, and there are 28 observation. So what we are going to prove that, and we know that previously when we calculated the correlation between age and education, and I would like to again calculate this. This is the age, and if I education age, this is age, and this is control education, quick, group statistics, and correlation. Okay, so this is -0.144. just remember, we will remember it up to, and I would like to paste on some of the this. I will copy it and we will paste it. Okay, unformatted. Okay, let's see, this is, we added just, I pasted somewhere else here, paste, and if this is, and it have made such kind of, I am deleting these things, and I am just interested that the correlation between education and ages, this is our interest, and I would like to give it some, you can say it is there. So I would like to make it a bit bold so that we come to know that what is its value, and I will be making it a bit bigger. So this is the value of the correlation between age and education. Education is here and age, and this is now our variable of interest. So what this means, now what we are going to prove, that if we change any of the series, then what will happen? The correlation between the series will not change. For example, now I will discard this one and I will say okay, delete this one. I would like to go to generate series. Generate series, I am going to generate a new series by adding or subtracting. I am writing age, the new series is age 1, and what is this? It is equal to, it should be equal to, definitely how we have generated the series, we should use the formula. And as we are proving that the correlation is independent of scale and origin, I am supposing that I am adding 3, 4, 5, up to you. I am just adding this time now 5. Age is equal to age 1, a new variable. If you write it here age, then this name will be mixed up with the previous name that I think you can see here. So age is equal to age that you have the series plus, you can say rather than 5, I say 9. Okay. If look at here, this is the age 1 series. So now we have to prove this, that the correlation between a new series age 1 and the education should be the same. Otherwise the property of the correlation will be refuted. So look at this, select now age 1 rather than age, push this one, press Control and go with the education. Now two variables have been selected, quick, group statistics, and go to the cross correlations. So this is age and this one, okay. Legs to be included, okay, let's see. It was not the correlation, I think we pressed some of the other button. Group statistics, and this is the correlations. Now look at this. Now the correlation is again same. Look at here, minus 0.14, and if you go to your Word file, it is the same there. So what this means, that now you have proved that the correlation is independent of scale and origin. I would like to even change the series. I am discarding, I am not saving now something here. I am asking it just delete. I again change the education also. Age also, I generated the variable age 1, and I would like to further increase my, you can say, the confidence in it. So what I will be doing at this time, I will be making that I will be changing education also. So what this means, for example, if I say that I am going to generate a new series, that is generate series. What is this? Now I am going to education 1, simple name. Do not confuse yourself about the name, that it has some special reason. Reason is that so that I could immediately come to know by 1 that I have generated this series, and this series has been generated by the formula of by using the series education that is there. You can generate the series by giving any of the formula to this eViews, but keeping the things simple, I would like to give you that it is now equal to, and you have the series education. If you will give another name of household or expenditure, it will generate the series. But we are now in the process of proving that the correlation between two series, and then if we change the scale of those two series, is remain the same. So this is education, and I say I add it to 20, just randomly selecting. So okay. Now if you see here education 1, now I would like to see the correlation between the two new generated series. Previously what we did in the beginning, we calculated the correlation between two series. Then we changed only one series. Then we calculated the correlation between the new series and 1 was the previous one. Now we have generated both the new series, and now we are going to see that whether it happens or not. So this is the age, this is the age 1, and there should be the education 1. So go to the quick and group statistics and go to the correlations and look at this. The correlation coefficient is again the same. So now I have proved that the correlation coefficient is independent of scale and origin. So you can change in any of the way. You can multiply, you can divide any of the series, you can even multiply, make something plus to it, that there will be no change in the coefficient of correlation. There is some basic point that in some cases the only sign changes of the correlation, that I am not going to explain at this stage. The magnitude remain the same. Now this was the same, I generated new of the variable. Just to keep the thing simple, I would like to delete the variable that I have generated new one. So this was the learning that how to generate a new series. You can generate any of the series with any of the formula. As you will go deeper and deeper into eViews, you will be learning more and more about the eViews, and you will be even more expert. I am the beginner, you will be expert than any other person who thinks he is very expert in eViews. And if you are going to learn about the books regarding the eViews that explain, these books comprise up to 2000 pages. So it means 2000 pages after going that, but you will be able to do this. But we are just giving you a very, you can say, light dose that you just start working on this. And I just say that the more you will play with the data and the software, the more expert you are in this field. So I will be deleting left click, right click on this age 1. You can also this right click, and you can, here is the option of the copy here. Now go to your keyboard, delete, and do not go for yes to all. It will delete all the list, only selected this is yes. Age 1 is out of the now scene. Now if you come here, now if you click delete this one, again it is asking. So if you do not want to delete this, say no, or if you are interested, you can say this is the yes. The data is again there. You can test the correlation between any of the two variable. So now my next purpose is to run the regression, that in which we are interested more. If I select many of the variable, it will run the regression. For example, the variable, this is very, you can say, the noticeable thing. In correlation, there is no dependent and independent variable because it is independent of scale and origin. But in regression, the arrangement or the array of the variable is very critical. So the first variable you will assume here, you will select here, the software, it will show you at the while before calculating this, but it will take it as the dependent variable. So for example, I say that I want to see the effect of many variable on expenditure, that is your consumption. This is your income variable, household, education and age. सब वेरिएबल का मैं जो है वो इफेक्ट देखना चाहता हूँ on the variable, that is the consumption as the expenditure. So right click this, go to the quick and estimate equation. Go to the estimate equation. Now it is asking the name, but we have selected there. So if we go another way, we say that open and open as equation. Look at this. If you are interested to write the name, I would like to again repeat this. You have selected some of the variable. If you want to give right names while it will ask the equation quick, estimate equation. Now it is asking you the name of the variable, and you can write these names by looking from there, but it takes effort and time. And keep in mind, the first variable you will write, it will consider automatically as a dependent variable, and the other variable you will be adding by just one space. If you will write the name of first variable, give space the other variable, and so on. But I am interested in more. I want to make maximum use, optimal use of eViews. So I would like it to write that open as equation. Now it have given me the names that are here. Look at this. This is the C. And what is the C? C is the intercept, which is showing that it will not run the regression through the origin. C is the intercept. So I say OK. Here are the methods. If you open this, there are many methods. But you know, we have learned just the ordinary least square method. So we will just concentrate on the ordinary least square method that is by default into there, that is least square. So as I will click here, if you look at the sample, I can change the sample here, that I can want the estimation from 1980 to 2000 rather than 2010. So I say OK. So now the results are OK. As I used to say that only one click you can see the regression. Look at this. What is it showing? It is showing that this is the dependent variable. And what is your dependent variable? Your dependent variable is EXPD, that is your consumption or the expenditure. Method, if you look at this, this is showing that this is, you have used the least square method. It is showing the date also. No need to write a date. When you will go, when there is no date, you copied from the Excel. Excel was not showing the date. We copied it on the Word, and we saw we will have to write there the date for our own remembrance. So date is here, and even it is showing the time is 11:49, and sample is 1983 to here, and included observation as 28 because we did not change the sample. So look at this. First of all, come to the R square. And you know, this is now the capital R square because it is a multivariate regression model, because there are many variables. And if I after this I would like to estimate two variate regression model. If you look at this, these are the coefficients. This is now beta 2, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4, beta 5, and beta 6. So these are the values that are here. These are the standard errors, and these are the probabilities here. So these are the probabilities which shows that if you look at the first probability, this is significant. If you look at the other probabilities, you will see this is also significant, that is the household, and these are not significant. So this is the situation in this scenario. So this is the adjusted R square we studied here, and this is the other statistics. We are interested only the p-values that will tell us that whether it is significant or it is not significant. Look at the coefficients magnitude here. So the coefficients, these are the beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, and so on, and this is your beta 1. This is your beta 1, and this is the intercept here. So this all is the magnitude, and as we have just started the now these are all the partial correlation. As you know, we have started the multiple regression analysis. So at another stage we will be doing this. Now I will run the regression that is only on two variables. So I would go there. I am not interested to save this. I will delete this just one. Look at this. I say that I need only bivariate equation. And what is this? The expenditure is the dependent variable, and I would like to see on the income. This is expenditure, press control and income. Otherwise it select all one. So this is open as a equation. Now you see it is very smart. It is also including the C, because I told you that avoid the regression through the origin, because when the regression through the origin, it creates many of the problem. So this is okay. We select ordinary least square. This is the sample here. We said okay. Look at here. Now these are the coefficient. This is the intercept in our regression. And if you see, I would like to write it here, that look at this, we have expenditure EXPD, and our model, estimated model was beta 1 plus beta 2 income. So we estimated this model. This intercept is present there in our model. So we will be explaining it now. Now the beta 2 will, here you can see that is the beta 2. Now it is what is showing? It is showing the relationship between the magnitude of the size of the effect of income on expenditure. And if you see this sign, this is showing that there is a positive link between the expenditure and the income, and as the income increases, the consumption also increases. So it is according to the theory, so we are not worried about this. So this is our E-views. Now we can interpret this result, and only one variable interpret is expressible here. So what this means, when there is a 1 unit now mean 1 rupee, 100 rupee, 1000 rupee. It is up to you which unit you use. When there is 1 unit increase, because there is a positive sign, when there is 1 unit increase in your income, on average your consumption increases by 0.84 units. For example, now I am concentrating on 1 rupee. If your income increases by 1 rupee, your consumption on average increases by 84 paisas, because there are 100 paisas in this. If you come here, this is the standard error, very low standard error. This is the t statistics, and we are interested when the p value is less than 0.10, we are very happy, and you can see here is a very, very strong, what we say, that the income is a significant variable in explaining the expenditure. Now if you come at here, this is your R square, very high R square. You should be happy that you have a very high R square. That shows that what this means, 97 or 9, almost this is 97, that the 97% variation in the dependent variable, that is the consumption, is explained by the independent variable, that is the income. So now this was the story behind the explanation and interpretation. It was not the log linear and such kind of models that I confuse myself that it is elasticity or what kind of things. If you remember the assumption of the classical linear regression model, we know that the sum of the residual is equal to 0. So we will see that whether it is true or not. Look at there. This is your estimated model. You can save this. For example, you say that the name, and you equation 1, you can say okay, this is, you can say no, this is regression 1. Regression 1. You say okay, it has saved it here, this is regression 1. So what this means, you are doing it, this is the residual, these are the error term. What is the error term? If you remember that the error term is simply the difference between the observed value minus the estimated value. If you have come here, now you can go here, view, and go to the, again listen, you went to view, actual fitted, and ask it to show you the table. These are your residual, and you can see sometime this is the straight line, sometime it is above, sometime below, right and left. But we have to prove that the residual sum of square is residual sum is equal to 0. So these are the residual, copy these. keep on copying this and supposing that it has copied all this. So copy this, and now you will say that the formatted. Okay, let's see what happens in the Excel, and we will be going into the Excel sheet. Where is the Excel sheet? So we have copied it, and we are going to write it so that we could sum it up. Here you will copy it, and it will ask unformatted, then OK. Come to the Excel, paste off all the observation here. Now you have pasted all of the observation here, and if you look at this is the number of observation. Now if you sum it up, if you go to the Excel sheet, this is the sum, and as you will click in the bottom, it will sum up all the values. Now we should go for that values. What is that value? Look at this. What this means? 1.65 e power 10. What this means? 0.00010 zeros and then 165. It is almost equal to 0. Why it is almost equal to 0? Because this is due to the rounding of the number. Otherwise it should have exactly equal to 0. Now what is this? If you see this is 0.0010 zeros and then there is figure, so you can assume that it is equal to 0. So what you have proved? We have proved that the residual sum, when the regression is with intercept, then the residual sum is equal to 0. So I would be going back and I will be deleting this. Now I will be running the regression through the origin, and we will see that this time residual sum will not be equal to 0. So what this means, I will running the same regression, but I will exclude the intercept. If you open as equation, and now if you see, I am excluding this C. Now this is regression through the origin, same estimation OLS. So if I say that OK, it has run the regression, and you can see here is no only variable income is there, and you can see that C is not there. Now our purpose is not to explain this one. There are many statistics that you will keep on learning. These everything is related to you, but at this stage these are many are irrelevant to you. Go to the residual. Now this is the residual view. This is the residual table. This is the table, and now copy again all these. So you will copy this from the first value to here, and when it will ask copy, it will ask unformatted. Okay, we are interested in unformatted. Okay, and go to the Excel sheet. Now just you can put here and you can paste. Right click and paste. Now there are values of, now these are the residual term from the equation that is running through the origin. So we will see that whether in this situation the residual sum is equal to 0. If you come here, this is the summation sign, and now it has summed up all the values in the bottom, and you can see this value that is minus 46481. So the residual sum is not always equal to 0. It is a very huge claim. Most of the time we will be talking about that the residual sum is equal to 0. What this means, some of the residuals are plus above the regression line and some are of the below. So this is the regression line. So here you have found that the residual sum is not equal to 0. So this was some of the basic knowledge on eViews. Now I would like to wind up the summary of today's lecture. Although we have done totally the manual work, or you can say the practical work, however I would like to say you that how you will start from eViews. So eViews is a very user-friendly software. First of all, you will have to click the icon of this. When you will click the icon, it will open a window that will ask different information from you, and you will be providing the information according to your data. There is no one size that fits the all. Your information may be different from the other if you have time series data, regular data, whatsoever the situation. Then you will first save before going further. As you will give the information, you will save this file by any name. Then you will import the data file into this, and then you will start working on this. You may prove the correlation, that the correlation is independent of the scale and origin. You may say that the correlation is symmetrical in nature, and whatsoever. You can see the graph, you can make the pie graph, you can see you can say the descriptive stats, and at the end even you can run the regression. All this doing is only depends on how much you give time to this software. The more time you work on this eViews, you will become more comfortable for this, and we will be giving 1 or 2 more lectures on the eViews, and I would like to wind up here. So thank you very much. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz.